Alrighty, guys. Welcome to the Misfits Motorsports Racing League here at Nashville Speedway. Got the Xfinity cars here on tap tonight, and definitely a good car count for this league. This is my first stream with this league, so I want to appreciate these guys for bringing me on, and I hope we can find some good racing here. As the past few nights definitely has had some really good racing. You know, I always say that if a league race doesn't have me out of breath towards the end, then it wasn't a good one. So we'll see what Misfits can do here nonetheless. These guys are just out here practicing right now. I'm not familiar with this track yet, so I'm going to take this time during practice to look at a couple different guys go around, kind of get familiar with the track, maybe the line that may be the best here. So we'll get some driver information up to kind of meet some of the drivers we have here on tap. The 071 Terry Litwiller is running second quick right now with a 30.07. He's in the Chevy car out here. So we'll go through a couple different drivers here. Ronnie Hurst there, repping the Chevy. He's sitting fifth right now in fast time with a 30.12. So that is Ronnie out there making his way out onto the track. Nashville Speedway definitely looks like a wide track. First impressions. Eric Johnson, he's in the Toyota car. He's out on the top of your tower tonight with a 30.03. Again, though, it's practice, so you know, you may be able to run a quick time there in practice, but not in a qualifying session, which, you know, we have seen in the past for sure. We'll go through some other drivers here. Jared Ogletree there in the number 27 car. He's got a good looking Chevy out there.
46 pitting.
So he makes his way around the track. He's running a 30.18. I'm going to make a couple changes real quick. As a couple things aren't supposed to be on.
Sorry about that, Mark. He called it right at the last second.
Yeah, you're good.
All right, that should be a little bit better there for you guys. So Jared makes his way back into the pits. Ronnie Hurst there in the number 5. Brian Zemer there in his 55 Chevy making his way around the track. He is the number 14 position right now on the tower, running a 30.25. Right behind him is Ronnie Wetchel there in the 62 with a 30.26. So these the top 15, 16, 17 guys pretty close in time so far. So maybe some kind of intro to, hey, this is going to be a close race here tonight at Nashville. 10 minutes remain for these guys, and then they'll move into a qualifying session. And then a pretty stout main tonight. I believe these guys are running over 100 laps. So we'll have to find some things to talk about for sure. I'm more of a dirt track guy. If you guys have been following in with the Rapid Racing TV series lately, you know I'm a dirt guy. Recently got into asphalt. With the help of my buddy Cody, he's been the co-host quite a bit. He's kind of helped me out learning the asphalt side of it. And not only that, I've been driving some asphalt lately as well. So it's nice to get into something new, nice to learn something new. Warren Cook there in the number 17. He's got the Marine sponsor there on his Chevy. He's sitting 18th right now with a 30-30 on the tower at the moment. You know, practice is a good way to get out there and figure out what setup is it going to work here, is it going to work there, how hard you can push it in practice. You kind of can get a good feeling for your car. So the best thing these drivers can do is definitely utilize the whole practice session and make their way So Warren Cook out there. We're going to go to Mark Kazan. He's right behind Warren. He's in the 87 making his way out of the pits. He did put down a time, though, with a 30.35. So puts him 19th on the tower. As we got word from race control that these guys are going to be looking at a 30 car count tonight. So that's going to be pretty good. We were able to host the GFI Daytona 500, and we saw over 56 cars show up to their Daytona, which is by far the largest league race I've ever seen. It was so cool to see that and whatnot. I've never seen a league race have that many cars, but it's always good when these asphalt guys can put a good car count down. Matthew Johnson making his way to the track. Last but not least, he's sitting in the 26th position right now with a 31.13 as he goes into the pits and makes his way back out. He's got the Coors Light Toyota. Good looking car there. Again, that's Matthew Johnson. Jeremy Rittenberg, he's got the Ford Mustang. He's the number 26 and then a 24th position with a 30.56. So just 7.5 minutes remaining for these guys. Get their final laps in, make their strategies. What I've learned, though, over the past a week or so is, again, this is coming from a guy who didn't really have anything to do with NASCAR. And really figured out that a strategy is so important for the drivers, and a good strategy if they're a part of a team. In dirt racing, you don't really come into the track with a strategy because the track always changes. It's dirt. In practice, the bottom might be the way to go, but then you get to feature time, and there's nothing on the bottom, and you got to work your way up to the top. And you don't draft in dirt, nothing like that. But in NASCAR, it's so crucial to have these drivers really study maybe what other drivers are doing there in practice and qualifying, strategize if they want to, hey, the last 15 laps, make a move, or maybe make a move early in the night to set themselves up. But that's just something that was so confusing to me there in the beginning of my asphalt broadcasting days, which literally started about a week ago.
Hey, Kyle.
Yeah, what's going on, man?
Hey, just want to make sure that everything's set up for you here. We added the permissions earlier, so if you want to just double check, you can pull somebody. You can try and pull Eric or Chase. Yeah, there you go.
Yep, it works.
All right, cool. All right, man. Have a good one.
Yep, thank you.
Let me know if you need anything.
All right, sounds good, buddy. Thank you. So we're just making sure that the permissions in the Discord work there, because we like to interview the top 3 after the race. Sometimes I do interviews while the race is going on, which I will probably do tonight. Sometimes it's nice during a caution. The cars take a while to get around the track. And it's nice to get the live kind of commentary from these guys while they're sitting in the hot seat, and maybe see what their plans are. Let's say it's lap 20, it's early in the night, maybe they have a strategy, and we'd like up here in the booth to hear that strategy. But we're just winding down here, just now under 5 minutes now for these Xfinity Series NASCARs. This is the I think just 4th or 5th time I've been able to broadcast the NASCARs, so been having a lot of fun with them, learning a lot of new stuff. As we'll pick a couple different cameras for you guys to go on board with somebody around the track. Ronnie Welchel there, we had the camera on him earlier. He made his way back out of the track. He's in the 62 Chevy, sitting 16th right now with a 30.26, so I believe he hasn't been able to beat that time just yet. Cody there racing at Nashville Speedway. Nashville Speedway is going to be Your Misfits Motorsports League is racing at tonight. So this is what it looks like right now for Ronnie. This is Ronnie's point of view here at Nashville. So maybe if you've never been in a race car or drove a race car on iRacing, maybe you're just a fan tuning in, this is what these guys are going to be looking at here tonight. Beautiful night here in Nashville. Just going to make the last few final laps before qualifying, and we'll pick a few different cars to go through qualifying, and of course the tower on the left will live update on who is running the quickest time and whatnot. Timmy there, we see Timmy there in the chat. Race Hell Praise Dale, of course. Always a good sight to see some fans in the chat already. Yeah, Cody, this is definitely going to be a longer one than what we have seen. So yeah, definitely going to have to save your car and your fuel, because you do not want to be halfway through the race and wreck yourself out because didn't come in with a good strategy. But again, who am I to say? I'm just the guy up in the booth. I'm not behind a car tonight. Joey Smith, he's in the 19 Ford, running a 30.22, just with a couple minutes left. He makes his way down the front stretch here, going into 1 and 2, finding his car on the bottom side of the racetrack there, right on the apron almost. As he is learning everything he can on where to put this Ford at tonight. He's got a bright white Ford Mustang here. Got the 62 Bucky's machine in front of him. As 19 of Joey gets there into the wall just a little bit on the front stretch. As he is drafting that number 62 car, is going to find himself on the inside now, as they will be double wide down the back stretch here into 3 and 4. There they go, down the front stretch over the flag stand. Joey Smith making his way around Nashville here tonight. David Smith Jr. has got his car here out onto the track. That's the number 50. He is in a Ford Mustang. Jack Daniels sponsor there on the car. He has put down a 30.60. Finds himself 26 on the tower. That's a pretty good sponsor right there, Jack Daniels. I believe that says Jack Daniels. Maybe we'll go into a closer look here. I may be completely wrong on that. I believe that's what it says, though. That's a good-looking car. I don't think it says Jack Daniels. No, it doesn't. It looks exactly like the font, though. Like that white font. But that's a pretty good-looking car David's got out here. So Dakota Nichols still out in front there in the number 42, running a 30.00 on my end. I think he's running a 29.99 though. So Timmy is cheering for the 18. The 18, Eric Johnson. If you want to help me out there, Timmy, on how to pronounce that name, if it's either Eric or Erich, but he's not far off the pace at all as the checkered flag comes out for your guys' Misfits Motorsports League practice for your Xfinity cars. This is going to be a good race here tonight, I believe so. Haven't watched any Nashville races lately, but I think I'm on a good spell though, because it's like every time I seem to get in the booth recently, it's always been a good race. I mean, I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. I get so excited. I think you guys will find that out about me. During my broadcast career, if you want to call it, is I get excited about this kind of stuff. And I think that's what makes me in my opinion, a pretty good broadcaster. Just having that energy here up in the booth, and that translate to not only you guys as fans, But when the drivers watch back, it's always something fun to watch. But the Schaefer's Oil Cat number 99 shows 42 next to his helmet there. So 99 machine, Dakota Nichols stepping on the loud pedal here at Nashville, out for qualifying now. It is qualifying, so these guys are going to start laying down time. So Dakota Nichols there with the green flag. Eric Johnson has made his way out onto the track there in the number 18 Toyota. John Spizak, he is the number 54, taking the green flag in his All-American scheme. Rizzy there in the chat. How's it going? How's it going? Matthew Johnson in the Toyota number 25 Coors Light. As we have no times down just yet, but I believe Eric Johnson will be the first one to lay down a time here. As we got the camera up close on him, he's repping Toyota hard. You get Toyota all over his car. Is Jordan Hess right now your new pole setter? Dakota Nichols just put down a quick time of a 30.33. Another quick time there. Terry Litweiler there running a 3.30. So the 071 is going to find himself pole setter here in the Mountain Dew car. We're going to see if anybody can beat Terry's time. But so far, your top three is going to be Terry Litweiler, or Weiler. Dakota Nichols there in the 42 and the 06 of Jordan Hess. Jordan Hess laid down a time with a 30.35. So that is your top three at the moment. Oh, Alexander, how's it going? Yes, I was definitely broadcasting that GFI race. Dakota Nichols still out in front. And now we do have a new quick time. Chase Stimpflay there in the number 91. The Chevy up on top of your guys' leaderboard so far with a 30.06. So 4 thousandths second, sorry. Yeah, 4,000 second faster than Dakota. So Chase is on the loud pedal already. War, Plotus, how's it going, man? Looking forward to the broadcast in the race. Absolutely, me too. 18:91 of 57, my guys, Timmy said. Okay. We got John there finishing his lap out. His best time was a 30.12. Robert Hartley has made his way into the top two in the number 46 Chevy, laying down a 30.08. So almost beating Chase there, almost kicking Chase off the pole, but not fast enough. Oh, as he gets loose there into the turn, but collects it back. What a save he had. I believe that'll end out his qualifying. Yes, it will, as he comes to a stop there on the backstretch. Brian Zimmer, he is running 8th at the moment. He has taken his car. And we got to do quick time. Ronnie Hurst there in the number 5 has laid down a 30.02. So almost an even 30 for Ronnie Hurst. Wow. He has got his car figured out here at Nashville. We're going to see. I believe so, Alexander. I believe so. I'll have to check my schedule. But I believe, yeah, GFI wants to keep me on board for sure. All right, we'll go to some other guys here. Joey Smith. Joey Smith laid down a quick time so far of his with a 30.06. So he knocks Chase Stimpfly there off P number 2. So at the moment, Ronnie Hurst, Joey Smith, Chase Stimpfly in the 91 has made your guys' top 3 here at Nashville with just under 6 minutes to go in qualifying. And Joey wasn't able to get better there in the second lap, but nonetheless put down a very quick time here at Nashville. Nothing to hang your head about. Charles Wilson makes his U.S. Army 57 Ford Mustang come to a stop at the end of the pit lane there with a 30.28. Kurt Rittenberg in the 00 has found himself out here at qualifying. He's laid down a 30.38 so far, so going to put him 17th quick right now. Kyle Franklin, loving the broadcast. Thank you so much, man. Glad you guys are tuning in, as we're going to be having a good race here at Nashville. I can feel it, and usually that's always a good thing. You know, if the broadcaster feels it, it ought to be a good one. So we're going to go over to Mark's car. He's in the Toyota Supra 87. Repping Toyota all over his car. TRD, Mobile 1. He has taken his car to the 21st position so far. So 21st quick there for Mark with a 31.13. Justin R. Williams, driver that we have not seen out on the track yet, has made his way in the number 97. He's got the all-black car. He's put down a 30.85. 30.85 for Justin. So he is 22nd quick at the moment. So Ronnie Hurst, nobody's been able to beat Ronnie just yet with just over 4 minutes remaining here in qualifying. Williams, the number 97 of Justin Williams, has got a better time on the board with a 30.21. So he finds himself now 12th. So top 15 there for Justin. A couple drivers still making their way to the track. The number 56, Mr. Tarlev. He's got the gray, red, and kind of scheme going on for him. Finds himself not laying in time just yet, but he is going to take a lap time here very shortly, and we'll get you guys updated to see what he ran. Gets a little loose there, out of 4. Makes his way down the front stretch here, almost hits the wall, and he finds himself running a... not a time yet. So I believe he did hit the wall there. So again, for you guys who don't know, if you do make contact with the wall or another car, it will not count your time unless that was his green flag, but I don't believe so. He's been out here for a minute. Kyle Franklin said Mark is on controller. Now that's a tough one. I'll tell you right now, I feel like that'll be pretty tough. Being on controller now. Mr. Tarlev looking down a time. Yes, he does. A 31.10 finds himself last but not least. Maybe he will improve if he has another lap. We'll see. But he's the only car out on the track at the moment. Everybody else has put down a time. So I believe Mr. Tarlev, once he finishes out, we'll conclude your guys' qualifying here, and we'll move into our long race here. I believe 100 and something laps. If somebody can remind me there in the chat, I do believe it's just over 100 laps here at Nashville, which again is not a crazy amount. It only takes these guys about half a minute to get around the track here at full speed. $113, that's what I thought. Thank you. Thank you guys for reminding me. Thank you guys again so much for joining the stream. You guys, you know, not only the league owners, but everybody who helps run leagues, helps drives for the leagues, and you fans for making my dream come true as a broadcaster. I'd love to do this in real life. And I think I made some connections over the last couple weeks. And I would love to absolutely, you know, get into this in real life, whether that be for flow racing, and, you know, so help me God, but maybe even further than that. We'll see kind of what this route takes me. That will conclude your guys' qualifying here at Nashville Speedway. And before we get into the feature event here, the 113 lapper for the Xfinity Series, who you guys cheering for? Let me know down in the chat. Let me know, out of all these cars you see on tap tonight for the Misfits Racing League, let us know who you're cheering for. Let us know what relation you are, a mom, dad, sister, brother, girlfriend, boyfriend, friend, sponsor. Who are you cheering for tonight, guys, as we will get gridded up here in just a second. Nashville Speedway, what a beautiful track. A beautiful track. As they might be having their drivers meeting right now. I have my radio turned off. I did have it on for previous streams, but it started to get to the point where it was overbearing and you guys couldn't hear me. So I did turn that off. So they might be having their drivers meeting right now. Kind of just going through different rules. It's always essential for every kind of racing to have a drivers meeting. For the race control to let you know, drivers know what's going on at the track, the rules, the regulations, how many laps. So Kyle Franklin's cheering for Robert Hartley, Eric Johnson, Mark Kizin, Ronnie Wilchell, and Charles Wilson. So Kyle Franklin cheering on a lot of guys tonight. Alexander cheering for Hurst. So he's cheering for the guy that's in first. So we'll see if Hurst can keep it up front. As you guys are now going to see these guys gridding up. And we'll go get your guys' grid here in just a second once we see these guys make their way to the track. And I believe there it is. As these guys make their way, here's your guys' grid here. Ronnie Hirsch, your pole setter here at Nashville Super Speedway, the number 5 out of Michigan. The driver out of Georgia, Joey Smith, starting on the outside of Ronnie. He's in the 19. Chase Stimpfley in the 91 out of Ohio. On the outside of Chase, Robert Hartley in the 46 out of Georgia. Another driver out of Georgia, a couple drivers there. Dakota Nichols there in the 42 on the outside of Dakota. You can find John Spizak in the 54. The driver out of Indiana, that's where I'm from. Jordan Hess in the 06 out of Illinois. Terry Weiler, however you say it, in the 071. Warren Cook in the 17 finds himself in the 9th position. And rounding out the top 10 is Eric Johnson in the 18. And behind them, Brian Zimmer in the 55, Justin in the 97. So that'll be your top 12 here at Nashville. So we're going to get you guys' ticker up on the screen. This is what you guys are going to see for 113 laps. This is going to be a fun one. I can tell you that right now. As we're going to get the camera here on a couple of these guys. They're still still gridding up. But a big group of cars. 27 cars on tap. 27 cars have gridded up to the line. And I believe that pace car will be rolling off here momentarily. And you're going to find Ronnie Hurst in the number 5 going to start these guys out for a long night here for the Misfits Motorsports Racing League. There you have it. They get rolling off. As you're going to see the grid up at the top of your screen making a lot of changes as these guys start rolling out. It's going to be updating live. Depending on where they are out onto the track. And then it'll go a little bit slower once we actually start going. As these guys have made their way through practice and through qualifying. And they got to make it for 113 laps. So, you know, for the early stages here, we might not see anything too crazy. Might not see any hard racing. Might turn into kind of a single file train. And during those slow times like that, I kind of just bring up some different topics that I've been talking about. And once we get to that point, some of the topics I'll be bringing up is Cletus McFarland making his NASCAR debut. A YouTube sensation there out of Florida. A guy that I've been watching since I was young. I've been watching him for a very long, probably almost 8 or 9 years I've been watching Cletus. So we'll bring that up here shortly. We'll bring up the Daytona 500 on how you guys felt about it. Maybe some of the wrecks that we saw there at Daytona. Even the winner, the two-time winner, William Byron. Two-time winner there for the Daytona 500. So, again, some different topics we'll bring up throughout tonight's race. As these guys will stack them up, pack them up. Pace car lights are out. And we'll be going green once that pace car gets off the track and back into the pits, where hopefully it'll find itself for most of your guys' 113 lapper. It's always a good thing when you see the pace car in the pits. You know, green flag racing is always the best part of racing. A lot of people call iracing i-pacing when they find themselves in a yellow flag fest. And as a driver, I know. Especially on a super speedway, it's not a good place to find yourself. Pace car pulls off 113 laps. The number 5 of Ronnie Hurst going to start you guys off for a very long night.
Green flag.
And there it is, green flag. These engines are throwing down the front stretch. As they're going to get started here into turn number 1, side by side by side, all the way to the back of the pack. As the number 99 making a move there on the inside of the 91. Oh, wreck on lap 1. Wreck on lap 1. 10 seconds out of the green flag, the number 91. made a move, which is actually the 42 on my end. That is Dakota Nichols. We'll go on a replay here and see what happened maybe with Dakota. I know he was trying to make a move there on the inside early in the night to find himself in the second position. I don't know if the 91 maybe got into him, or the 99 got into him, but we'll go on a closer look here. So this is the replay here, sponsored by Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds. So there he makes the move there, and the 91 just up and around. Early in the night already, and a heartbreak hotel for a couple guys that had to get involved in that. So we'll slow it down for you guys here. Number 42, the 99 of Dakota Nichols looking to make a move there on the 91 on the inside. This is coming into turn 1, guys. And I think, honestly, the 91 got a little loose. I don't think he expected the 99 to make that move early and kind of caught him off guard. So collects the Red Cross car, which was fast in qualifying. So I believe these guys get some fast repairs, so we'll see them probably using those fast repairs already. Don't know exactly how many they get. So we'll go back live. As Ronnie Hurst still out in front early. And I was going to make a bet during qualifying with you guys, the fans in the stands, that when would our first caution be? And I'm glad maybe we didn't make that bet, because I don't think anybody would have guessed lap 1. We already would have saw it. Alexander, you're going to love my paint for Atlanta. All right, well, I'll definitely make sure to get you on the camera to check out that paint. Excited to see that for you. Is this something that you made on your own, or something you had made for you? You said the no-no word. Cody, what's the no-no word? Okay, nice, Alexander. It's always a good feeling when you make something on your own. Something to be proud of. But these guys are going to stack them up, pack them up. The pace car lights are already out, so we're going to be going back here green here in about just under a minute. And we'll find Ronnie Hurst there in the number 5 still out in front. On his inside, on his outside, though, Dakota Nichols there in the 99. His first restart is going to, his second restart. He will not find himself up on the front of the pack. So we'll see what these guys can do once the pace car pulls off. Hopefully we won't see any moves like that. I don't think the move by 99 was necessarily bad. I just think the other car that he got into didn't expect to have a car in his inside on turn number 1, almost making it 3 wide there. I believe it actually was 3 wide there for a second. So as these get maybe the tires warmed back up, and we'll see these guys take the green flag here. Number 5, Ronnie Hurst. Starting you guys out again. Green flag. And there you guys hear it, green flag on the speedway. Ronnie with a good start there. A little bit better start than what he had on the first start. So lap number 5, caution laps are definitely counting. As there we have it already. These guys are in a draft pack early. Oh, the number 5 moved up the racetrack. Now going to allow the 99 to make a move on the inside. That's Dakota Nichols. Might find himself P1, as yes he does. Makes the move on the inside. Gets a good run there on the bottom of 3 and 4. Give it up for Dakota Nichols there. The number 99 finding himself P number 1 early here in the night. As he is checked out already from the guys behind him. And unfortunately there, Ronnie Hurst not finding anything yet on the top side of the racetrack, but still early in the night, plenty of time. Number 54, the All-American Ford, made his way out to the P2. That's John Spisak. Is he, into the wall there for John a little bit. might lose a little momentum there as he comes across the front stretch there now into the bottom of 1 and 2. So we're getting a little spread out here at Nashville already, which, you know, it's going to happen. It's early in the night. The Mountain Dew car, the 071 of Terry Litwiller, finds himself top 3. He's running 3rd. Behind him, the 06 of Jordan Hess, the A-Class driver. Running the bottom side there of 4. These guys are coming down the front stretch on the throttle hard. Matthew Johnson moved up 10 spots already. We got a hard charger here already, the Coors Light machine, Toyota. Matthew Johnson. Gonna make a move maybe here on the top side. No, kind of gets a little loose there into the turn. Looking to regain it back. Cody, I'll remember. I won't jinx it again. Was hoping these guys would prove me wrong. So there we go. A little fight there between the 06 and the 071. Matthew Johnson looking to make a move there behind the 06. Matthew Johnson there on the inside of the 06. The 071 of Terry Litwiller. So Terry falls back a little bit now, allows Matthew Johnson to move up top 4. Matthews moved up 11 spots already. So the Coors Light on the move here at Nashville. And we are single file again. We'll go through the field here. John Spisak has got a big gap in front of him and a big gap behind him. But don't count out Jordan as he has got the help from others to maybe make his way back up to the front where he obviously wants to be. Dakota Nichols, the Ford, making it happen early. Lap number 10. So just under 100 laps to go. For you guys, Misfits Motorsports, Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds sponsor. Race here at Nashville. Number 25, Coors Light car up on the top. The 071, the Mountain Dew car finds himself on the bottom there of the 25. Was looking to make a move there into 3 and 4. Kind of hesitated a little bit. Again, early in the night, no reason to make a Darrell move. We'll go through the pack. Ronnie Hurst. Remember, we saw him starting the race. Has moved all the way back 8 spots. Now finds himself in the 9th position with a big crowd of cars behind him and a big gap in front of him. The Buc-ee's car. Love seeing that big O sponsor there on his hood. That's the 62 of Ronnie Wilchel. Moved up 7 spots already, so maybe he finds his Chevy with some speed. Maybe he'll find even more to get him up front. So the cars are already starting to spread out here. But again, there you have it. Oh, we got the 87 getting loose there of Mark Kazan, but was able to chop it back up. Only lost a few spots. He actually, what a good save there by Mark. Mark Kazan, good save. Oh, we got beating and banging there in front of Mark. We're going to see who's involved in that. Brian Wetchell there in the 53. Got a couple cars there in front of him. Ronnie Hurst has just been passed by the number 4 of Dustin Corder. Repping the Chevy black, white, and red. Running the 11th position right here at Nashville. Lap 15, guys. Jared Ogletree there, rounding out your top 10. Finds himself behind the Buc-ee sponsor. Buc-ee sponsor, Ronnie Wilchel, now has a visitor on his rear bumper early in the night. We're going to go back up front, check on Dakota Nichols. Dakota Nichols, we're going to go on board to see what it looks like to be in the lead here at Nashville early in the night. That is Dakota Nichols. Up on, just right on the apron there, coming down the front stretch right in front of the crowd, hard into the throttle. These guys are running 8,000 RPM on the loud pedal, almost 9,000 there. So Dakota Nichols running this car hard. And he has made it happen, though, as he finds himself in first. So as the race continues on here, we see a couple drivers have made some moves early. But again, the most common strategy that you'll see in NASCAR is not making some crazy moves, not driving extremely hard there early in the night. We've seen guys that have been in the back the whole night, and the last 3 laps have won the race just because they, they find they have a teammate with them, or they find another manufacturer to team up with, and they just draft each other through the whole field of cars there in the last few laps, and find himself winning a very important race. Such as Daytona, we see so much of that at Daytona. Nashville Speedway is a little bit smaller, but still, drafting is very important here from what I've learned. Anthony Bennett had our camera on there on the 747 machine in qualifying. He finds himself in the 8th position. He's moved up 5 spots. All by his lonesome over there, Anthony is. There on the bottom side of turn 1. Coming outside of turn number 2. We'll thunder down the backstretch here for Anthony. And we'll go all the way to the back of the pack. Last but not least, David Smith Jr. moved up 2 spots from where he started. He's in the number 50 car. Warren Cook out in front of him. He's in the 17. Lap 20. So we're slowly making our way through your guys' Misfits Motorsports Racing League race here at Nashville. We'll start going through a couple topics that I brought up earlier. And the first one being, if you have followed into the previous streams for GFI or C2C, me and Cody have been talking about the new YouTube sensation. My favorite YouTuber has made the sport of NASCAR more alive than it's been, and that's Garrett Mitchell, aka Cletus McFarland. I've watched Cletus for a long time, and out of the blue, all of a sudden, he just posted a video about his ARCA debut, and excuse me. And it was just so surprising to see that, because he's definitely been all around the board in racing. He, started out in drag racing in his career, then got into the Crown Vic stuff, has done Formula Drift, has done monster truck stuff, jet boat racing. I mean, you name it, the guy has done it. But his debut for the ARCA series at Daytona was a little heartbreaking to watch. He brought a lot of viewers there to the NASCAR streams at Daytona. And it's just funny that, that's the way he always acts. He doesn't act like that just for the camera. That's the way that dude always acts. Just a cool dude to be around. Greg Biffle helped him out there to get a ride. And they're going to continue to do it. So you'll find him at Talladega once they get that car back together, because that kinetic car was junk. By the same person. It was the number 70 girl driver, I believe. Not saying that's the reason why, but that girl driver took him out 2 times. And that's, as a race car driver, I know I wouldn't be able to hold my emotions, but Garrett did a really good job of that. Just making light out of the situation. Not a lot of NASCAR drivers do that nowadays. They don't make light out of the situation. They just complain or fight, which in most instances I can understand. But the dude is just happy to be there, happy to find himself in a NASCAR, which is a dream for a lot of people. But that was one of the topics that have seen kind of all over TikTok lately, and decided to have my input on it just because I'm a huge fan of his. But William Byron, in the NASCAR Next Gen, found himself there in victory lane. It was a crazy last few laps, as usually Daytona is, and it's cool to see a back-to-back winner like that. And then William Byron was took his car to a WWE episode. So he's doing some side quest in the winning car. Nothing too crazy yet here at Nashville, as I told you guys. It's just gonna have to wait it out. You know, early in the night here, these guys are just trying to conserve their car for later. So they got that first caution out of the way, under the belt, and maybe it was just some drivers that were a little antsy, or you know, kind of just was ready to go. I know how it feels to be at a practice session and just ready to hop in a car and go racing. These drivers waited it out. As we'll go through the pack here. Dakota Nichols still out in front early. He has led every lap so far. Well, I believe led every lap except one. But that's the guy that made that move on lap 1. And the guy that he passed just, I think, was surprised that Dakota made that move that early. But we'll see. Maybe this is Dakota's strategy. Maybe the strategy was, hey, let's just run the hell out of the car early in the night, find herself out with a huge gap, and maybe he can just stick it there for the rest of the night. But you might see some of these guys in the back. We'll just pick a random driver, for example, like David Smith Jr. Maybe he's just kind of running in the back, conserving his stuff, and maybe we'll see him up in front with 10 laps to go. You never know. You know, NASCAR is pretty slow there early in the night, and but that's just part of it, you know, especially at a super speedway. Now, let's say we were at a smaller track, then you know, then these guys kind of have to make moves the whole race. But John Spisak in the 54 made the move on the 06 on the inside, so he moves up to the second position. So the top, you know, again, Dakota's gone. The guy in first is gone. But second, third, and fourth right now are battling out with each other. John with a good run there on the bottom. Now is gaining a lot of momentum on the front stretch right in front of Jordan Hess. Jordan Hess is in the 06 car right behind Jordan, Terry Litweiler. And Terry's got a visitor there behind him, Brian Zemer there in the 55. These cars are in the middle of the track there on 1 and 2. We'll see if Jordan Hess can get a good draft behind John. Maybe we'll see these guys side by side once again, as we just did. Lap 31 out of 113. So almost a quarter of a way through. What happened to Dakota? Kyle Franklin. Dakota's still out in front. He's in first position right now, so that's the 99. I believe that's the Dakota you're talking about. He is out in front with a very big gap. I would say probably a full straightaway worth. Yeah, I would say about a full straightaway worth Dakota has on these guys. So really running that car hard here, early in the night. A couple drivers that are out. The 19 is Smith, the 22 of Perry. They're out of the race. That was probably because of what happened on the first lap, I believe. The 19 was the one that was started in second. And all it took was one lap, and he's out of here. And that might not be correct, because it's saying that some of these guys are out. That might not be correct, but I don't see him on the track. Yeah, I do not see Joey there on the track anymore. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe it just hasn't updated yet. That's why I was saying you can't always trust the ticker up at the top. But yeah, the 42 and Nicholas still out in front. 747 there, the Pilot Flying J, Toyota Supra. Anthony Bennett in the 6th position has moved up 7 spots from the initial green flag. He's got a visitor of Dustin Corder. Dustin has moved up 14 spots. So he, at the moment, is your hard charger. So Dustin finding some speed behind the 747, looking to draft that car and possibly make a move to get 6th position. Oh, almost made the move there on the outside of him. Now dives down to the bottom of the inside. The 747 going to be on the top. As they're side by side going into 1 and 2. 4 with a really good run there on the front stretch into 1 on the bottom side. Basically, it blows the 747 doors off. So good run there by Dustin. 15 spots now for Dustin. Be pretty happy about that car tonight. Lap 37. Lap 37, these guys have made it so far. No pits just yet, but we should be expecting some pits here in the next 10 laps or so. And that's going to change some things up, obviously. Maybe we'll see all of them take a pit at once. You'll be able to see the guys' strategy. Now, Dakota, what I was telling you guys, have found a lot of speed here in his 99 car. He's got a lapped car in front of him now. So go on the inside camera of Dakota once again. Love this view. This is what the drivers are seeing right now. He's got a lap car in front of him. So we're going to see the lap car run to the bottom side of the racetrack. We'll see if Dakota can make a move there on the outside of him. Or this could cause an absolute haymaker. Again, lap cars can be scary, but that's as long as the lap car isn't running the line that you are running or picking a line. Maybe they're on the bottom here and then on the top in this turn. You see that with dirt racing a lot. Lap cars can wipe out the entire field because they can be all over the place. As he is gaining up on him now, we're going to see what happens, what Dakota can do. As you can hear that car just screaming down the front stretch in front of the crowd. As he is getting close, drafting that lapped car now. So Dakota going to get even more of a gap between him and the second car because he's finding the speed that he has from the lap car. Lap car is a Chevy Camaro. And Dakota electing to pick the inside of the lap car. There he is, side by side down the front stretch. We're going to go back on the outside cam to see if he's successfully made the pass. There's a lap car kind of racing him. Brandon Brock, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. We're on lap number 40 right now. Look at the lap car racing the 99. These guys are side by side. The 56 car is like, I don't care that I'm lapped. I want to run. These cars are literally side by side. Hell, the 56 car might be faster than the leader. There he goes, 99, able to get out in front there with a good turn on the bottom side of 1 and 2. Thundering down the backstretch now for these two. The 56 car now is a car to draft behind. Might make up some space there. We're going to go see where John is at. John's in the P2 position. He's in the 54 All-American flag car. Jordan Hess still finds himself behind John. Rounds out the top 3. Terry looking to gain a little bit of speed and maybe close the gap between him and Jordan. Terry finds himself in the 4th position. As we got a battle here between Dustin and Brian. Dustin there on the inside of him, the number 55 on the outside of Dustin. As they are now side-by-side drag racing down the backstretch here, up into 3 and 4. You're going to find the number 4 there on the bottom side, the number 55 on the top. We're going to see who can get a better run here out of the turn. And number 4 gets a good run there on the bottom side. Oh, we got cars taking a pit, but Dustin not taking the pit just yet. So Dakota Nichols there in pit lane now. Give the new leader, Dustin Corder, out in front. Is this going to be the right strategy from Dustin? We're going to see. Lap 44, that's where we kind of expected these cars to start pitting. Ronnie Hurst in the number 5, he was quite a bit of ways in the back, up in front now. But again, half the guys are in pit lane right now, half the field. as Dustin now goes to pit lane. Ronnie Hurst not going to pit lane. Eric Johnson now behind him, so we have a new leader. Ronnie Hurst in the number 5, the number 18 behind Eric Johnson. Not taking a pit just yet. But they're going to have to. They don't have much fuel in that thing. They are running it on the fumes for lap 45, almost halfway through your guys' Misfits Motorsports Racing League. Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds, Misfits Motorsports sponsors there you got on the bottom left and right of your screen. And Ronnie Hurst now electing to take the pit. So now a new leader, Eric Johnson, in the Toyota Supra. Finds himself leading the pack. We're going to see if he takes a pit here. So we'll go to a pit lane camera here. So a couple guys exiting right now. So no more cars there in pit lane. So you go in, get some tires changed out, get some fuel. Another car in pit lane. We're going to look on the rear bumper of the leader right now. He's got Warren Cook, the number 17, behind him. This is always a cool camera. And there it is, Warren Cook, the move on the inside. Sorry, that's not Warren Cook. I don't know who that was. The American flag car. Not able to get a, oh, that was a car that came out of the pits. Okay, okay. And there it is. The 18 has taken the pit now. So your new leader should be Warren Cook there in the 17 car. He's got the Marine sponsor out there. So all these cars are mixed up now. So just the guys in front of them are technically a lap down now. So Eric Johnson still showing in second. And now the number 17 of Warren Cook finds himself going into pit lane. So we're going to see who the new leader could possibly be. Maybe Dakota Nichols now? Yes, it is Dakota Nichols after all the pitting cars out in front. So good strategy here from the 42 car, or sorry, the 99 car. He is running his car hard here. So now the mix of lapped cars and all that will really play into effect here for lap number 50, as we had all the cars taking pits at different times. All right, guys, we need 4 more subscribers till we hit 100. And also, guys, go follow the Facebook page. The Facebook page, Rapid Racing TV. We're almost at 100 followers on there, and then I can start going live on Facebook because I would really like to start going live on there. Restreaming it to multiple sites, but Facebook will be a very good marketing platform as well. So if you guys can go follow me, Rapid Racing TV here on YouTube, and there on Facebook. I appreciate you guys so much for tuning in. Derek Nichols out in front, John Spisak in the 54 American flag car. So 2 Fords right now, 2 Fords are leading the group for the Misfits Motorsports Racing League. Always like seeing Ford up in front. What are your guys' favorite manufacturer? Whether that be NASCAR or whether that be just maybe what you drive for your daily car. Or mine was Ford for a very long time. I owned a 7.3 Power Stroke for a few years there. Fell in love with that truck. But I'm a Dodge guy nowadays. Dodge has really stuck out to me. Obviously a huge Cummins guy, but the Hemi, can't go wrong with a good Hemi motor. So that's kind of who I've been going towards lately, is Dodge. Unfortunately, Dodge no longer has a manufacturer in NASCAR anymore. It was cool when they did. Maybe they'll bring it back one day. Maybe we'll see some other manufacturers make their way to NASCAR. Jordan Hess, top 3 in the 06. He's got IU on his helmet there. That's the driver out of Indiana. I'm out of Indiana. Jordan Hell could be my next door neighbor. Never know. As he is in P3 for lap 53. He's been pretty patient so far all night. Pretty consistent there. Might find himself in victory lane. We got a few cars looking to get back together. They're spread out now, but possibly going to be back in a group. That is the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th position cars here at Nashville. Number 4, Dustin Quarter in the Chevy. He's got a Toyota 747. Anthony Bennett behind him. We'll go in a closer view with them as they appear to be maybe the battle on the speedway at the moment. Number 4, though, gets a good run there off of 4 down the front stretch here. Takes the 6th position now. So Dustin up 15 spots. He's still your hard charger tonight. So congratulations to Dustin for finding some speed here early in the night. As we are getting closer to halfway. Just a few more laps and we'll be halfway through your guys' race. Getting over, getting through it pretty quick. Only one caution so far, and that was the first lap. So I'm not going to jinx it. Maybe I'm not even going to say anything about it. But we'll continue to go through here all the way to 113 laps. I know I would start getting tired, probably already by now. Dirt guys, we only go for 20, 30 laps. These guys go for 113. That's not really a lot when it comes to NASCAR. Some of these guys, some of the races are 200 laps. A lot of driving, a lot of miles, a lot of turning left, a lot of stress on the hands and arms. Especially if you have a force feedback wheel that's fighting you the whole time. Anthony Bennett making his way back up front. Lost a lot of speed there from Terry and Dustin. These two were drafting each other. Dustin almost into the wall there. As they go into lap 58. Dakota Nichols and the 99 still out in front. As he has passed another lapped car. The 17, he has passed him on by. Kurt Rittenberg in the 00. Haven't had the camera much on him. He's in the 00 Ford. Running 13th quick right now, up 16 spots. Ronnie Hurst finds himself 13 spots from where he started. But nonetheless, might find himself back up front. We'll see. Still plenty of racing left. Dakota just on a move here at Nashville. He's got that Cat Schaefer's sponsored card just on tap and on the dial. And he might be a driver that we talked to. Oh, he's got the 17 car making a move on the inside of him. You got lap traffic once again fighting it out with the leader. Now, if I was the 99, I'd be careful there. He got a little squirrely there. I don't know if he expected the lapped car to be racing with him like this. I don't know if that's a normal occasion here in NASCAR to be fighting with the leader. I know in dirt racing, I'd be pretty upset with you if you're a lapped car and you're continuing to fight me. Lap 61, lap 61. So just over halfway. Almost there, guys. Almost there. Because the good racing is going to start, I would say, about lap 100. Lap 100 is when you're going to see absolutely all these drivers after the last pit stop. They're going to come out and start hammering the nail. They're going to be figuring out what I got to do to get up front. They're going to do whatever it takes to get up front. Because you don't win it on the first lap. You don't win it on the second. You certainly don't win it on lap 50. You're going to win it there the last 10 or so laps. But Dakota has quite a bit of a vacation so far. He is probably in his race car sipping coffee, reading a magazine. He got a big gap between him and second. Alexander asking if he can donate. Donating is definitely not required, but, you know, Alexander, I would love if you could. It would keep the streams going. You could take a donation, Cash App, Venmo, whatever worked best for you, Alexander. Appreciate you so much for that. I will definitely get you maybe like a perk or something for donating. And that might be something we start on the channel. Might have some VIP access to certain things. That would be kind of cool. I don't expect a donation, though, at all, guys. It is free to watch. But again, up to you, Alexander. You know, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it more than you know. So, Dakota, we'll go back inside with him as he has got more lap traffic in front of him. But he's got a lot this time. He's got more than one. He's got another guy there on the inside, one on the top side of the racetrack, and then he's got a few more that he's really gaining on. So we're going to see as he catches the 50 cars draft right there. Having a lot of speed on the front stretch, moves to the bottom of the racetrack. That 50 car allowed him to take the bottom. He wasn't racing him like the other lap traffic was. Venmo. All right, Alexander, my Venmo. I will put it down there in the chat. You know, again, I appreciate you so much. Dakota Nichols weaving in and out of lap traffic for most of the race already. Dakota has a 2100 I rating, a B-class license on iRacing. So definitely not a rookie by any means. We're going to get you guys some different camera angles here. So Dakota has a little bit of damage there on the right rear, as you guys see from this drone view that really gets on the back side of these cars. And you can just hear that motor screaming. So no, the Venmo is not the same, Alexander. I did put my Venmo down there. That's my name. Kyle Tesmer 13 will be the Venmo. We go through some of these drivers here on the drone follow cam. Number 55 got a visitor from the Mountain Dew car, the 071. As the 55 cuts him off right in front of him, the 071 chops it down back on the inside of him as they're side by side. That's the battle on the speedway between Brian and Terry. We're going to see if Terry and the 071 can make the bottom side work. Gets a lot of speed there out of 2. 55, a lot of momentum there on the backstretch. As the 55 of Brian keeping it in the 5th position. He's up 6 spots from where he started. And we're going to take just a second break here, guys. I'm going to get a drink. As we have the battle right now between Brian and Terry. That's the battle on the speedway. Dakota's still out front, by the way. We're just going to take a short 30-second break or so. Alex, I really appreciate the $5, man. I really do. Goes towards you know, a pretty good fund here to keep the streams going. You know, of course, to internet cost and paying for the overlays. The overlays cost every month. But also costs money to buy the tracks, buy the cars, keep iRacing going. All that goes into a pretty like large spending fund. It's not cheap. iRacing isn't cheap at all. Oh, Brian into the back of 55. A little bit of contact there from them two. Sorry, the 071, Terry got into the back of Brian. Fed him the right front on the left rear, maybe on accident. Lap 75, we're closing it in to end out your guys' Misfits Motorsports Racing League race here at Nashville Speedway. As they now get away from each other. So Brian in the 55 took away 4th from the 071. The Mountain Dew car, though, with a really good run into the turn. See, he's got some speed there on the bottom side. Look at the draft work right there. As Terry finding some speed there on Brian, using the draft to his ability, the best that he can. He's got a visitor, though, Eric Johnson, the 18. Eric Johnson looking to make a knock on the back of their door and say, hey, I'm here to run with you guys. Almost 3 wide, going into turn number 3, that was. And they're going to, oh, we got a wreck here. Possibly if 55 can't save it. Oh, no. Number 46, there's the caution. There is the caution for the 46, Robert Hartley. Bringing out the yellow flag. We're going to go on a replay here. Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds sponsored. See what happens to Robert. I think he just had nowhere to go, as Robert had a lot of speed there into 3, going into 4. And there it is, the 71, little loose up the racetrack, caught 55, but 55 kept his kept his car straight, which was surprising. And then 46 checked up on the brakes hard, got hit by the 87, and there goes the number 46 up and around. Brandon is definitely clean and green. They were clean and green for over 70 laps. So this is only the second caution of the night. Robert Hartley, Heartbreak Hotel for him, as he had to check up, nowhere for him to go. And we'll put his night to the back of the field as he elects to take pit lane. You know, those guys have to go into pit lane to get some fresh tires, as spitting out like that completely ruins them. Maybe a little body damage there to fix. A lot of cars in pit lane, so I would say, because the leader's in pit lane, it's just it's the time. This might be the last pit here for these guys. So Dakota Nichols making his way back out of pit lane. Not every car took the pit, though. So Dakota's going to have to be in the back of the pack now. So right now, the leader on the raceway is Terry Litweiler in the 071. Got a few lap cars in front of him, I believe. So he's your new leader with just under 40 laps. Might be around 35, 40 laps to go. I'll be the 78 car at Atlanta. Okay. We'll definitely have the camera on you, Alex. So make sure to share the stream with your family and friends, sponsors, as I'll get that camera on you as much as I can. So there you have it. Pace car lights are out. Going to go back double file. Terry Litweiler going to be your new leader there in the Mountain Dew Chevy machine. Your top 6 cars are Chevys. So maybe we'll see some manufacturer help in drafting to maybe place a Chevy out in front. Come on, Hurst. You got this, man. Hurst. Hurst is back up front. So Ronnie, again, that could have been the strategy there from Ronnie. And maybe it's paying off. Terry Litwiller, the 071 Mountain Dew, got a little bit of damage there in his rear bumper. And David Doliber, a name that we have not named yet. The 23. We have not seen that car at all up front. And neither have that name. So up 11 spots. He's an A-class driver with a 1700 I rating. So a pretty good driving record there for David. But green flag is out for lap 80 out of 113, the 071. Thunder it down the front stretch into 1 and 2. 3 wide already, 3 wide. 62 car, 17 car, 99 was all 3 wide there. Still 3 wide, almost 4 wide. And there you guys have it. This is the time to make a move in and towards the night. 3 wide on the backstretch into 3 and 4. The 25 car, the Coors Light, is the donut right now in that pack. And everybody is weaving in and out in lap 81. So 1 lap completed there out of the restart. Terry still out in front. Ronnie Hurst behind him. Brian third. Dakota fourth. So Dakota was the one leading the whole race. Finds himself in fourth. Right behind him, John Spisak in the 54. So you got the 17 and the 06 right now battling. The 06 on the inside of the 17. The 06 is going to be Jordan Hess. The 17 going to be Warren Cook. 17 not as fast there on the top side. So the 06 takes the bottom side and was able to make that work a little bit better. A little loose there for Eric Johnson there in the number 18. Sorry, the number 4. Got a little loose there out of the turn. Going to be 3 wide once again going into turns 1 and 2. 17 car takes the middle line. Gets a good run. The number 4 looking to make a move there on the inside. Is the number 18, Eric Johnson, on the bottom side of the racetrack. Finds himself 7th. Number 4 gets a good run there on the middle side of the racetrack. Oh! The 071 had to take the pit. He was your leader, so the leader is now in pit lane. Ronnie Hurst, the number 5, the 99. The I rating and the car number is completely off. But the 99 now up in front of the pack, as he has got a couple drivers there behind him looking to make a move. Sorry, Dakota Nichols. Dakota Nichols out in front. Ronnie Hurst is in the back. So again, the iRacing numbers are wrong from the car numbers. So Hurst, sorry to get your guys' hopes up there. Hurst, though, not far from the pack. But Dakota Nichols, again, finds himself out in front. He has got John Spisak behind him. So those top 2 cars have basically been the same positions all race. Jordan Hess there in the 06. On the bottom side of 3. So the Fords are back up front. We had Chevys up front out of the restart. And it is now the opposite. Fords are up front. So the 2 Fords, I believe, are helping each other out here. Because those are the 2 cars that have been 1 and 2 the majority of the night. Jordan Hess 3rd, Eric Johnson 4th, and Robert Hartley 5th. Robert's in the 46 car. He's got a car in front of him, car behind him. Maybe can get enough speed off the draft from the 18 car to make a move around him to take 4th away. We'll see. As it gets quiet once again, as we are at lap 87 now as we go across the flag stand here momentarily. So not too many laps left. Once again, these drivers are going to have to start making a move because time is winding down fast here at Nashville. Dakota Nichols still out in front, the 99. Just absolutely been on the rails tonight. You can, even lap cars going to get him to slow down. He was weaving in and out of them. It's like he's not even looking in the rearview mirror. He is just focused on what's in front of him, focused on what's at task. Good driver. Number 99, John Spisak in the 54, behind him still. The 06, Jordan Hess in the Chevy. He's got 2 Fords in front of him now, so no help there from Jordan from any people behind him. He's only got John in front of him that he could draft with. As Jeremy Clarkson would say, speed and power. Yes. Dakota definitely has that. No doubt about that. Eric Johnson sitting 4th. Robert Hartley sitting 5th. Brian Zimmer sitting 6th. Anthony Bennett sitting 7th. Kurt Rittenberg 8th. David Smith 9th. And rounding out the top 10, Mark Kazan in the Toyota 87. Mark was involved in the last caution. So now we are at 25 laps to go, guys. 25 laps to go. So not much time remaining here. Ronnie Hurst, unfortunately, moving in the back of the pack. So Alexander, I know that you were cheering for him. He now takes the pit. So Ronnie Hurst, maybe not enough time for him to make something come back here. Heartbreak there for him. 99, not out front as much as he was. So now he's in the hot seat with 24 laps to go. He's got cars behind him that are bad fast and that has help. Dakota doesn't have any help. John and Jordan are going to be drafting each other to find the speed to make up to close the gap with him in the leader. So Alexander now cheering for John. So John, you got a fan there in the booth. 23 laps to go. We're going to go on board with these guys, see what their view is here in the second position. So look, the gap there is not very far. 22 laps to go. John is giving it his all in his Ford Xfinity Series car. We're going to go on board with Jordan Hess. Look at that gap that he has closed in on John. So we're going to see Jordan's strategy here for a lap or so as he makes his way behind John. Jordan sitting 3rd. We need new leader. Yeah, Alex, haven't had a new leader yet. Dakota has taken the reins. Put the team on his back. If he's got a team, let's put his Ford out in front for the whole race. There's only been a lead change because of the pit that Dakota had to take. But once the new leader that didn't take the pit took a pit 2 laps later, put Dakota back up front. So I would say Dakota's been leading the whole night. One more subscriber, guys. One more subscriber, and we'll hit 100 subs. Make sure you guys go follow Rapid Racing TV on Facebook as well, because once the Facebook hits 100, we can restream to both sites. And it's always nice to have it on Facebook and have it on YouTube. So Facebook is, on the phone a little bit better. You can share it. YouTube is something for the big screen. Ticker is too fast. Okay, well, I'll definitely slow it down for you. I've had a couple complaints about that. I will slow it down, maybe right now, actually. There we go. Maybe that's a little too slow. All right, next time it comes around, should be a little bit better for you. Appreciate it, War. Appreciate it. So we'll go back outside because we only have 15 laps to go. So just 16 laps. Now is the time to make a move. So again, what I was saying earlier in the race, 90% of these guys' strategies are going to be happening, or are going to be effective at this time in the race. Because you don't want to do it too late and you don't want to do it too early. So that fine line is usually about 10 to 15 laps, maybe even 20 for somebody. To really make a move, as you see, Jordan Hess in the 06 looking to make a move on John with 15 laps to go. The driver out of Indiana, IU on his helmet, has stayed patient drafting John for a 20, 30 laps. Looking to make a move there on the inside of him. Oh, gets cut off a little bit. Had to check up on the binders. That might change some things. So Jordan S. was almost about to make a move, but John saw him in the mirror and said, nope, not today, and cut him off there. Again, just a racing move. That's just part of racing there. Sometimes you just got to drive with the rear view mirror. Dakota out in front, 14 laps to go. 13 laps to go. John, Jordan, Eric, and then Robert. The top 5 here, but Robert looking to make a move there on Eric. Almost had him there in turns 1. He's going to get a good run there out of 2. And Alex, Hurst is not, I believe Hurst might be out. Hurst is not out, but he is a lap down. So Hurst is basically out of the race, I would say, being a lap down with 12 to go. All right, a couple new cars there into the mix. The 06 falling a little bit behind from John, but Eric Johnson wants to take that spot away for a podium position that 06 has been carrying for the majority of the race. Eric Johnson's the Toyota, number 18. Got the 46 of Robert Hartley, the Chevy car behind him. 12 laps to go, 12 laps to go. Oh, Robert into the wall hard. Oh, I'm sorry, not Robert, Eric. Eric in the wall hard. That's the 18, so now Robert going to make a move on the outside of him because the 18 hit the wall hard, lost the momentum that he had. But we'll see if 18 can catch it back up there with Jordan. So these cars are nose to tail there on the back stretch. They're into 3. 46 makes a little bit of a move there on the high side of 3. Chops it back down there into 4. Single file, nose to tail for your third, 4th, and 5th place guys. And 6th. Sorry. That's the 6th position. So 747 is in the 6th position. He's got a lap car in front of him, but you know, we're looking at podium here with 10 laps to go, 10 laps to go. Number 99 at Dakota Nicholas, I believe, not to jinx him, knock on wood, he might have that one in the bag as he's had it in the bag the whole race. John making a good gap there between Jordan. Jordan there in the 06 trying to hold off Eric and Robert that's behind him. Robert trying to make a move there on the inside of the 18, pushes the 18 up the track now, so the 46 took the lane away. More contact there. He now moves into the 4th position. And he's going to look to make a move there on the 06. Is he going to make it happen there on the inside of the 06? Thunder down the back stretch here. What's he going to do there in the 3 and 4 with 9 laps to go? 9 laps to go. They're double file now. And the 06 checks up. Something happened with him. Maybe lost, got some dirty air. Moves him now back to the 5th position. Robert Hartley with a good run in the podium position now. 8 laps to go. As they spread out with Dakota Nichols out in front in the number 99 Cat Schaefer's sponsored car. Tonight, Misfits are sponsored by Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds. Misfits Motorsports iRacing League, if you guys are interested in racing for these guys. We've got a pretty good league. Pretty good racing here so far. It's always nice having a good stretch of green flag racing there. plenty of battles that the drivers have put on so far for you fans. But John, Robert, Eric, and Jordan are now spread out. They were side by side. Jordan fell back to 5th. Anthony Bennett, 6th. Kurt Ridberg, 7th. Brian Zimmer, 8th. Mark Kazan, 9th. And David Smith Jr. has moved up 12 spots from where he started. He finds himself top 10. So just 6 laps to go. 6 laps to go, guys. But the field is pretty spread out here. So we might not really see any crazy moves or the big one, as a lot of NASCAR races see. But maybe we'll see, well, that's a lapped car. I was going to say 27 might make a move there in the 55, but no need, as Brian Zimmer is the 8th car, or the 8th position car. The 27 is not 9th. All right, guys, winding down, 4 laps to go. Dakota Nichols looking to take home the 113-lapper win for the Misfits Motorsports Racing League. John there in 2nd, Robert in 3rd. They are all still spread out. But Robert, the 46, might be able to make something happen there. But maybe not enough time, as these guys are winding down. Again, top 3 will be interviewed. So the top 3 guys you will be able to hear from at the end of tonight's 113-lap race at Nashville. But this is the battle right now between 2nd and 3rd, because Dakota's checked out. So Dakota is going to be most likely your winner. The number 46 on the inside now of 54, Robert Hartley, made the move late in the race. Now in the 2nd position, John there behind him, maybe going to try to take it back. That's the 54. So Ford and Chevy going at it with the final lap. White flag, 1 to go. 1 to go is all that remains. The last time these guys go into 1 and 2. Dakota Nichols still out in front. Robert Hartley, though, took away P2 there with 1 lap to go, or sorry, 2 laps to go, and now he finds himself in the 2nd position with 1 lap to go. And the last time into 3. Robert Hartley out of 4. Checkered flag. Dakota Nichols is going to be your winner here for the 113-lap race. And Robert Hartley, P2, John P3, Eric Johnson 4th, Jordan Hess 5th, Anthony Bennett 6th, Brian Zimmer 7th, Kurt Ridberg 8th, Mark Kazan 9, and all the, this is the cars that are on the lead lap, which will round out David Smith Jr. there in the 50 car top 10. What a race there it was for Dakota Nichols. Really put it on him tonight. And we'll see if he does a little celebration for you guys up in front. And I believe so, as the tires start spinning, the smoke starts coming out. Give it up for Dakota Nichols there in the 99, making it happen here in Nashville. Congratulations to him with an absolute run. So we'll get these guys up here in the booth, starting with John. We're going to get the word from the 54 of John to see, in his mind, how his night went. We'll see if we can find him. Not finding him just yet. So, again, we need John, the 54 car, up in the booth to get your broadcast. There he is. So we'll see if maybe I can move him. I don't think he's in the right channel for me to move him. He's not. So Brian, if you're in the stream, or sorry, John, if there he goes. Okay. I can't move him when he's all the way up there for some reason. Hey John, it's Kyle up in here in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
All right. Well, a podium finish for you tonight. Kind of walk us through those last few laps battling out there with Robert. I thought you were going to have second position there, but got it taken away from you there late tonight. Walk us through how your night went.
Well, we had a fast car. It's just I couldn't quite get past him, and we used up our tires each time, and we kind of got cycled out in the pit stops there, and I just could never get back to him.
Yep, absolutely. But nothing to hang your head about. I think you had a good run here. 113 laps is a long way to go, so you definitely the best strategy was just to finish, and you did so. Anybody you would like to thank on your car tonight?
Actually, I just like to thank these guys for putting on this race and getting this league to where it's at. It's actually really getting pretty fun, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it was good talking to you, John. I'll move you back up. Congratulations.
All right, thank you.
All right, now we'll talk to Robert Hartley there in the 46 car. He finished second tonight, and we'll move him on down here. Hey, Robert, it's Kyle up here in the booth. You got a copy?
Oh, hello.
All right, well, you made a good move there for 2 laps remaining. Do you think you were going to find yourself in the second position tonight? Kind of walk us through it.
Absolutely not. So as soon as I saw there was 27 people and I had an EOL, I thought there was no chance I was even going to get a top 10. But I mean, all I did was take it easy, save that right front, try to stay on that right rear, and it was just a rocket ship on the second half of the run.
And was that the strategy kind of going into tonight? Was wait till the last few laps to make something happen?
Yeah, just stay consistent. Let everybody flew by me in the first 10 laps or so of a run, and just stick to the plan. Just stick to your strategy, and it'll work out in the long run. I'd say the last 20, 25 laps of the run, I was faster than those guys. So all you got to do is be patient. Save your right front, be patient, and it'll all work out in the end. You got to be the fastest on the 113th lap, not the second lap.
Yep, and that's definitely what I was telling the booth there, and you were the perfect example of that. Congratulations on P number 2. Anybody you want to thank tonight?
Just the FNX and admins for putting this on. I think I've been here almost 2 years now, so it's been clean racing every time I come out. So I'm just glad I'm here.
Yep. Yeah, well, it was fun to watch you, and I will move you back up. Congratulations.
All right, thank you.
And we will talk to your guys' winner, the number 42 Ford Machine, Dakota Nichols. We will see if he is in the voice chat. I don't believe so. So last call for Dakota Nichols, the 42 car. If you are not in a voice channel, unfortunately, we won't be able to talk to you. And we'll give him just a couple more seconds here. Maybe he's watching the stream. As you see him doing the donuts there on the front stretch. Was hoping we were able to get a word with him, but looking like that's not going to happen. But nonetheless, Dakota Nichols, your winner here tonight. 113 laps. He probably led 95% of tonight. His car was on the absolute rails around Nashville. But good racing we have there from the Misfits Motorsports Racing League. Glad they brought me on here tonight. It was definitely a blessing watching these guys take their NASCARs around. And to you guys in the chat, in the stream that tuned in tonight, I want to thank you guys so much for coming out And make sure you stay tuned to Rapid Racing TV for some much more amazing racing action. And I look to be back with Misfits Motorsports Racing League on the next one.